Most drivers have no clue how much cash slips through their fingers at repair shops. From bogus upsells to sneaky add-ons, mechanics know how to milk money out of the wallet. Today I'm exposing 9 scams they don't want you to notice. Make sure to stick around, because by the end, I'll reveal one simple trick alone to assure you never get scammed again. Let's dive into it. Number 9. The mystery check engine light. Ah yes, the dreaded check engine light, the tiny orange symbol that makes drivers lose their minds and mechanics start grinning. The second that light pops up, most people think, "Oh no, my car's about to explode." And that's exactly the fear mechanics exploit. Shops love this scam because confusion is their best friend. They'll throw out a scary estimate, maybe a $1,000 repair or more, when in reality, the fix could be something as simple as a $15 part. Yes, you heard that right. $15 versus $1,000. The Environmental Protection Agency even revealed that 10% of check engine lights are triggered by nothing more than a loose gas cap. That's it. Not an engine rebuild, not a catastrophic failure, just a cap you didn't twist tight enough. Let me give you real examples. Code P0455. That usually means a loose or faulty gas cap. $15 at most, and you're back on the road. Code P0171. That's typically a dirty air filter or a vacuum leak, another cheap fix. Code P0420. Usually an oxygen sensor going bad, which might cost a bit more but still nowhere near the $1,000 doom and gloom mechanics like to throw at you. The real power move here is buying yourself a cheap OBD2 scanner, $20. That's less than the cost of a tank of gas. You plug it in under your steering wheel and suddenly you know the exact reason the light came on. It's like having X-ray vision for your car. And here's the kicker. Always ask for the written OBD code. Shops hate giving it to you because once you have it, you can cross-check the meaning yourself. Google it, read forums, or even check YouTube. You'll know whether it's serious or just a scam waiting to happen. Remember, that light is designed to warn you, not bankrupt you. Don't let mechanics use your fear of the unknown as a blank check. And while that's sneaky enough, sometimes the scam doesn't even involve tech. It's literally charging you piles of money for something that takes 5 minutes and 0 effort. Number 8. The brake pad scare tactic. Brakes are sacred. Nobody wants to hear their brakes might fail, and mechanics know that. So what do? They exaggerate brake wear to make you cough up cash early. Here's the truth. Brake pads don't need replacement until they're worn down to 3 millimeters. That's the actual danger zone. But shops love to push replacements at 5 millimeters, even 6, because they know you'll panic. That's like throwing away half a loaf of bread because one corner looks squished. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration warns that below 3 millimeters is when rotors can really get damaged. But above that, you're fine. Still, mechanics toss around scare words like unsafe and critical to rush you into a $400 brake job you didn't need yet. Want to outsmart this scam? Ask to see the actual measurement with a caliper. If they wave their hand and say, "Trust me," that's your cue to run. Measurements don't lie, but shady mechanics sure do. And don't forget, a lot of modern cars have built-in squeal wear indicators. If your pads are genuinely worn, your car will start squeaking to let you know. No squeak, no panic. Here's the sad part. Some shops even replace perfectly fine pads without asking, just to pad the bill. One driver learned the hard way. His shop swapped pads and rotors while they still had 4 millimeters left. That's like tossing perfectly good shoes because a salesperson told you they're almost done. Moral of the story, don't let fear override logic. Always double check. And if one shop swears it's urgent, pay $50 for a second opinion elsewhere. Better to spend $50 now than lose $400 on unnecessary work. But brakes aren't the only thing they use fear for. Sometimes they'll make you believe your car is dying inside because of fluids, and that scam is just as slippery. Number 7. The urgent fluid flush scam. Now, let's talk about the fluid flush scam, a favorite for lazy upselling. Picture this. You're at the shop, and suddenly they say, "Your fluid looks terrible. Needs a flush immediately." Sounds serious, right? Except it's not. Most shops push flushes at 30,000 miles. Guess what? The reality is, most fluids are built to last 50,000 to 100,000 miles or more, depending on your car. That's double the mileage they're scaring you with. The Car Care Council found tons of drivers get tricked because mechanics love showing dirty-looking samples. And here's the kicker. That sample might not even be from your car. It's a prop, like pulling a nasty air filter out of their back pocket just to scare you. And the cost? A coolant flush usually runs $100 to $300. Easy money for them. Wasted money for you. Think about it. If you're flushing every 30,000 miles when your manual says 100,000, you just bought 2 unnecessary services. That's hundreds flushed down the drain. Literally. The defense here is simple. Ask for a test strip or lab report. Those actually measure fluid condition instead of relying on scare words like sludge or contaminated. No proof, no flush. And here's your real safety net, your owner's manual. If it says you're good for another 20,000 miles, then you're good. Period. Mechanics don't write your manual, the engineers who built your car do. Trust the engineers, not the upsell. This scam works because fluids look gross, and gross equals danger in most people's minds. But don't be fooled. Appearance doesn't always mean failure. And just when you think you've dodged the fluid hustle, they've got one more trick up their sleeve, and this one hides behind technology itself. Number 6. The Phantom Repair Scam. That's right. You hand over your cash, thinking your car's been fixed, only to find out nothing was done at all. It's the classic, "we swapped the part, trust us" trick. The FTC estimates that over $2 billion are lost every year to auto repair fraud, and phantom repairs take up a huge chunk of that. That's billions, with a B, disappearing from drivers' pockets for literally nothing. You're not buying a fix, you're buying thin air. Here's a real kicker. Someone pays $600 for a timing belt replacement. Guess what? A second inspection later shows the same cracked worn belt still sitting there, untouched. That's not just a scam. That's straight-up theft with a smile. And the way they cover their tracks is sneaky too. Ever noticed how invoices use vague language like adjusted components or system service? Yeah, that's code for, "we didn't do squat, but thanks for the money." Now, how do you protect yourself? Rule 1. Demand the old parts back. If they actually replaced something, they'll have no issue handing over the worn part. If they hesitate, red flag. Rule 2. Ask for before and after photos. Any legit shop can snap a quick pic. No photos, no proof. Here's the golden rule. If they refuse to give you proof, walk out. Period. A reputable shop has nothing to hide, and shady mechanics hate transparency more than a vampire hates sunlight. And while phantom repairs feel like daylight robbery, the next scam is even dirtier because it uses fear. And who doesn't panic when they hear the words betrayal by the mechanic? Number 5. Overcharging for simple fixes. This one makes me laugh, and then makes me mad. Overcharging for ridiculously simple fixes. Mechanics know most people won't even bother Googling how to replace something like a cabin air filter. So, what do? They slap a $150 bill on a 5-minute job. Let's break it down. Online, a cabin filter costs maybe $10 to $20. At the shop, they mark it up to $50, then tack on another $100 for labor. Labor for what? Sliding a rectangle in and out of a slot? That's not labor, that's robbery. And don't get me started on wiper blades. 2-minute swap. You pop off the old ones, click the new ones in. Done. Yet some shops will happily charge you $80 for the privilege. That's more than dinner for two just to wipe water off your windshield. Here's the real math. Say you DIY one cabin filter replacement. Boom, you've just saved yourself $130. Do that a few times a year with little jobs like wipers, filters, or headlight bulbs, and you're pocketing hundreds. And the worst part? They're banking on laziness. They know you won't watch a 3-minute YouTube tutorial that could save you a week's worth of groceries. Don't prove them right. The rule of thumb here is simple. Before you say yes to a bill, take 60 seconds to Google your car model cabin filter replacement. If you see some guy in his driveway swapping it in under 5 minutes, congratulations, you've just spotted the scam. Shops call it easy money, but really, it's your money they're making easy to steal. But while these little scams sting, the next one is much worse, because it's not about laziness, it's about fear. And they'll use fake legal threats to make you pay up. Number 4. The warranty void lie. This one really grinds my gears. The big, scary warranty scam. Dealerships love to act like mob bosses. If you don't service your car here, your warranty is void. Sounds intimidating, right? Except it's total nonsense. There's a law called the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, and it protects you. It says manufacturers cannot void your warranty just because you used an independent shop or aftermarket parts. As long as the work meets the manufacturer's standards, your warranty is rock solid. Here's an example. Say you get your oil changed at a local shop with a quality filter and the correct oil grade. Your powertrain warranty cannot magically vanish. The dealer can huff and puff all they want, but legally they've got nothing. The trick is documentation. Always keep receipts and maintenance records. If a shady dealer ever tries to deny coverage, those papers are your shield. And if they still push back, file a complaint with the FTC. They've already cracked down on dealers pulling this stunt before, and they'll do it again. Dealers hate that law because it strips away their favorite scare tactic. Think about it. They're not selling you peace of mind. They're selling you fear of losing something you already have. Don't fall for it. And if fake legal threats weren't ridiculous enough, wait until you see the funniest scam of them all. One that's so dumb you'd think nobody falls for it. But they do. Number 3. Fake products and blinker fluid. This one almost feels like a comedy skit, but sadly, it's real. Fake products. Yes, people actually get charged for nonsense like blinker fluid. I mean, think about it. Have you ever poured liquid into your blinkers? No? Exactly. Yet some shops have been known to slide this ridiculous item right onto a bill. And the scary part? Drivers have paid for it. But that's not the only version of this scam. Some shops sell so-called premium products at markups that are just insulting. Take windshield washer fluid. At your local store, you'll find it for $5 a gallon. Walk into a dealership or certain shady repair shops, and suddenly it's special formula premium fluid for $50. $50 for soapy water that's identical to the cheap stuff. Then there's the fuel injector cleaner hustle. Mechanics pitch it as this miracle in a bottle, keeps your engine healthy, makes it last longer, improves mileage. Sounds magical, right? Except modern fuels already have detergents and additives built in. Unless you're driving a 30-year-old clunker that's been fed nothing but gas station sludge, injector cleaners are basically snake oil. And don't forget the headlight restoration trick. They'll quote you over $100 to restore your cloudy headlights. Guess what? You can buy a DIY kit at the store for $10, maybe $15. Same result, less money burned. Some people even just use toothpaste and a rag, no $100 charge required. The bottom line here is simple. If the product sounds too good to be true or too silly to exist, it probably is. Blinker fluid? Muffler bearings? Premium washer fluid? Yeah, no. Always pause and ask yourself if it passes the common sense test before handing over your wallet. But while these fake products are laughable, the next scam is no joke. It drains your bank account with inflated work hours, and you won't even realize it until the bill lands in your lap. Number 2. Inflated labor hours. Now here's a classic inflated labor hours. Ever notice how some jobs magically take longer when you're paying by the hour? That's not a coincidence. Shops rely on something called book time. These are standardized estimates of how long a repair should take. Problem is, they charge you the full book time even if the mechanic finishes way faster. For example, replacing an alternator might take an experienced mechanic 30 minutes flat. But if the book says 2 hours, congratulations, you're paying for 2 hours of labor. That's 90 minutes of pure profit for them, and you'd never know unless you dug into it. And it's not just alternators. Simple jobs like brake work, battery swaps, or sensor replacements often get bloated on paper. You think you're paying for honest labor, but really you're paying for a stopwatch that never started. So, how do you fight back? First, check sites like RepairPal or your mechanic. They'll show you fair labor rates for your car's exact make and model. If your shop's quote is miles higher, you know something's fishy. Second, always demand a written estimate before they touch your car. That locks in the cost. And here's the legal part most people don't know. If the final bill exceeds that estimate by more than 10%, you have the right to dispute it. Shops count on you not knowing that. And if they refuse to break down the labor hours clearly, that's your cue to leave. Transparency should be non-negotiable. If a shop hides behind vague service charges, it's because they're milking the clock. This scam is sneaky because it feels invisible. You don't see inflated hours, you just see a bloated bill. But once you know how to spot it, you'll never pay for phantom hours again. And as bad as inflated labor is, it's nothing compared to the scam that lures you in with something that sounds amazing. The word free. Number 01, the free inspection trap. The word free. It's marketing gold, and mechanics know it. Free inspections are one of the oldest scams in the book. Because once they've got your car on the lift, guess what happens? Suddenly they discover a long list of urgent repairs, and urgent always means expensive. AAA actually studied this. They found that 22% of free inspections end up with unnecessary upsells. That's nearly 1 in 4 drivers getting tricked into paying for repairs they don't need. Here's how it plays out. You bring your car in for a free check. The mechanic comes back shaking their head. Your serpentine belt is cracking, needs replacement immediately. Except here's the truth. Minor surface cracks on belts are perfectly normal and don't affect performance. But by making it sound scary, they pressure you into saying yes. Or they'll hit you with the suspension scare. Your suspension is worn out. It's a safety hazard. In reality, it's totally fine. But because safety is emotional, people panic and sign off on unnecessary $1,000 jobs. The golden rule here is simple. Never approve repairs on the spot after a free inspection. Always say you'll think about it and get a second opinion. A trustworthy mechanic won't mind because if the repair is real, another shop will confirm it. And don't fall for the fake limited-time offer pressure. Real emergencies don't wait for coupons. If your car is actually unsafe, you'll know. If it drives fine and you're not stranded, you have time to check elsewhere. Free inspections sound like a gift, but really, they're just the bait in a trap. Remember, in this industry, nothing is truly free. You're paying for it somewhere, and usually with a bloated repair bill. And that's it, the scams, tricks, and shady moves you need to watch out for. Don't let your wallet take the hit when knowledge can save you thousands. If this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss the next money-saving tip.